But before I start tonight, I just wanted to read a brief statement that I prepared. They come back to Earth, decided they want to claim the Earth for their very own. It's a pretty good plotline, huh? And I don't think about it every day because that was the worst thing that happened to me. I had so many questions. Why do some of your people dress like Run DMC? It's called Space Jews.
Dave Chappelle's controversial remarks. Dave Chappelle's controversial remarks in Boston refer to a specific incident during one of his comedy performances in the city. Known for his unapologetic and often provocative style of comedy, Chappelle is no stranger to tackling sensitive and divisive topics. In this particular performance, he chose to address the Israel-Palestine conflict, a highly contentious and emotionally charged geopolitical issue. Chappelle began by condemning a recent Hamas attack that resulted in significant casualties among Israelis. The initial commentary indicated his engagement with current events in the Middle East and set the stage for a more extensive discussion on the conflict. However, Chappelle did not stop there. He went on to criticize Israel's military actions in Gaza, accusing the nation of committing war crimes and causing harm to innocent civilians. This direct and critical perspective on Israel's role in the conflict was a departure from his usual comedic material, reflecting his willingness to engage with serious global issues. The impact of Chappelle's comments was significant. They resonated deeply with some members of the audience who responded with cheers and expressions of solidarity with his stance on the Israel-Palestine conflict.
But before I start tonight, I just wanted to read a brief statement that I prepared. Cowards rejoice at a time like this because they're so invested in being afraid. They come back to Earth, decided they want to claim the Earth for their very own. It's a pretty good plotline, huh? When I came back, I couldn't thank you enough. You have kept me free. The idea being that the more material I can accumulate, the faster I'll be able to make money for my work. I can say anti-Semitic things, and Adidas can't drop me.
For these individuals, Chappelle's willingness to address such a complex and divisive issue was commendable and provided an opportunity for open dialogue. However, not everyone in the audience shared this perspective. Some attendees were disheartened by Chappelle's remarks and chose to leave the performance in protest. They may have believed that his comments inadvertently contributed to normalizing anti-Semitic sentiments, a concern that has been raised in the past regarding Chappelle's approach to sensitive topics in his comedy. Chappelle's decision to address the Israel-Palestine conflict in his comedy performance demonstrated his readiness to grapple with thorny geopolitical issues, even within the realm of entertainment. It also raised questions about the responsibilities of comedians in engaging with serious political matters and the impact of their perspectives on public discourse. The Israel-Palestine conflict, Chappelle's stance. Dave Chappelle's recent comments on the Israel-Palestine conflict have added a new dimension to his already controversial comedic repertoire. The Israel-Palestine conflict is a deeply entrenched and emotionally charged geopolitical issue centered around the territorial disputes between Israelis and Palestinians in the Middle East. Chappelle, known for his unapologetic and thought-provoking comedy, took a stance on this complex issue during a performance in Boston. Chappelle's comments were notable for their candidness and directness. He first condemned a Hamas attack that occurred on October 7th, an incident that resulted in significant Israeli casualties. This condemnation demonstrated Chappelle's willingness to engage with recent events in the region and added a layer of nuance to his stance. He went on to criticize Israel's military actions in Gaza, accusing the nation of committing war crimes and causing harm to innocent civilians. This commentary took a critical perspective on Israel's role in the conflict, aligning with those who argue for a more nuanced understanding of the situation. Chappelle's stance on the Israel-Palestine conflict is significant for several reasons. Firstly, it showcases his readiness to tackle thorny and contentious global issues, even within the realm of comedy. This willingness to address complex geopolitical matters is a testament to Chappelle's belief in the power of comedy as a medium for societal reflection and discourse.
I denounce anti-Semitism in all its forms. And I stand with my friends. And I don't think about it every day because that was the worst thing that happened to me. And I just tried to find a way that I can work. You see what we've been doing. That they're from an ancient civilization that achieved interstellar travel and left the Earth thousands of years ago. This guy is younger than me, and like most people younger than me, has an interest in making the past right.
I've been really just relaxing and just trying to stay out of trouble.
Right.
Furthermore, Chappelle's commentary on the Israel-Palestine conflict adds to a broader discussion about the responsibilities and boundaries of comedians when it comes to engaging in political discourse. Comedians, like any other public figures, have a platform and influence, and their perspectives can shape public opinion. Chappelle's willingness to take a stand on such a polarizing issue prompts reflection on the role of entertainers in shaping political and social narratives. However, it's important to note that discussions surrounding the Israel-Palestine conflict are deeply complex and emotionally charged. Different perspectives exist, and the subject matter can be inherently divisive. Chappelle's comments have sparked both support and criticism, underscoring the challenges of navigating such a multifaceted and deeply entrenched geopolitical conflict. In the end, Chappelle's stance on the Israel-Palestine conflict serves as a reminder of the power of comedy to engage with serious global issues. It encourages ongoing conversations about the role of entertainers in political discourse and the impact of their perspectives on public opinion and understanding. Audience reactions, support and criticism. The audience's reactions to Dave Chappelle's comments on the Israel-Palestine conflict in Boston were diverse and reflective of the complex and emotionally charged nature of the issue. Some members of the audience responded positively to Chappelle's willingness to tackle such a contentious geopolitical matter. They appreciated his candidness and admired his bravery in addressing a topic that many considered off-limits for comedians. For these individuals, Chappelle's comments demonstrated a commitment to using his platform to engage with serious global issues. They saw his stance as an opportunity for open dialogue and a chance to hear different perspectives on the Israel-Palestine conflict. In response to Chappelle's comments, some audience members expressed solidarity with his stance on the conflict. This was evident through cheers and other vocal expressions of support. These individuals may have shared Chappelle's views or simply appreciated his willingness to engage with a complex geopolitical issue. Their vocal support highlighted the impact that public figures like Chappelle can have on shaping public opinion and influencing discussions on important global matters.
It's called space juice. I had so many questions. Why do some of your people dress like Run DMC? You know what? Tell you the truth. I've even thought about coming back. You should never say together in sequence. And those words are the and Jew. It's mind-blowing. And shockingly, they're making a movie about it.
Conversely, not all members of the audience were in agreement with Chappelle's perspective. Some attendees were disheartened or disappointed by his remarks. They may have felt that his comments were divisive or that they inadvertently contributed to normalizing anti-Semitic sentiments. These individuals may have chosen to leave the performance in protest, expressing their disagreement with Chappelle's stance on the Israeli-Palestine conflict. The audience reactions underscore the broader debate about the responsibilities and boundaries of comedians when it comes to engaging with political and social issues. While comedians have the right to express their views, their words can carry significant weight and influence. Chappelle's comments in Boston exemplify the challenge of balancing freedom of expression with the potential impact of their words on public discourse. Ultimately, the diverse audience reactions to Chappelle's comments on the Israel-Palestine conflict reflect the complexity of engaging with such a highly charged geopolitical issue. It highlights the importance of respectful and informed discussions on matters of global significance, as well as the potential impact that public figures like Chappelle can have on shaping public opinion. Chappelle's history of controversial comedy. Dave Chappelle has built a reputation for himself as a comedian unafraid to delve into controversial and sensitive topics in his comedy. From his early days in stand-up to his groundbreaking sketch comedy series, Chappelle's Show, he has consistently pushed boundaries and challenged societal norms. One domain where Chappelle's humor frequently ventured was racial dynamics. He used satire to shed light on racial stereotypes and prejudices, aiming to elicit both laughter and provoke thought. However, not all audiences were amused, and critics argued that some of his satirical takes veered into the realm of divisiveness, potentially reinforcing the very stereotypes he sought to critique. The controversy didn't stop at race. Chappelle's commentary on LGBTQ+ issues and gender also sparked backlash. Some audience members and critics found his jokes on these topics to be transphobic and homophobic, sparking debates on the responsibilities comedians bear in promoting inclusivity versus the value of unrestricted comedic expression.
Not only was he a slave owner, he became a slave breeder and employed tactics that were so cruel.
Burn those big black lips on a crack pipe as you miss your job interview?
I don't want to write these jokes, but I just can't stop.
You can't help it. If you're an American, you're a racist. We brought up from the beginning to think in generalization.
You know who hates me the most? The transgender community.
A pivotal moment in Chappelle's career came when he famously walked away from a lucrative contract with Comedy Central. He had concerns about the racial content of his show and its impact on audiences. This decision was as unexpected as it was controversial, underscoring the comedian's willingness to prioritize personal convictions over financial gain, even in the face of widespread scrutiny. Chappelle's willingness to confront sensitive subjects and his unapologetic approach to comedy has earned him a devoted following, but it has also made him a lightning rod for critique and analysis.
Yes, sir. And for the record, these charges hurt me the most.
Too late now. I'm talking about them L's and them B's and them G's and the T's.
A racism connoisseur, if you will. You know, it's different from region to region.
None of them look guilty to me. You gotta look in the eyes, not the noses.
It's tough, man. I don't know what to do about it because I like them.
His career stands as a testament to the enduring power of comedy as a medium for societal reflection and discourse. Whether addressing racial dynamics, LGBTQ+ issues, or other sensitive topics, Chappelle's legacy highlights the fine line entertainers must tread between satire and sensitivity. His career serves as a reminder of the potential impact of comedy in shaping discussions on important societal issues. That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.